Hi guys, welcome to your bi-weeklies, and let me first start with big thank you. Cat Tarot reached 1 million viewers, and it wouldn't happen without you. And because you're subscribing, liking and sharing, it's all worth it. So I know that this huge effort is not in vain. So if you guys are not subscriber, I would greatly appreciate if you just click on it, like and share. And yes, I know I actually didn't record all the monthlies. They're going to come out this week, and I was even contemplating if I should skip these bi-weeklies, but my brother said that it's kind of not fun, especially now reaching 1 million. And here I am. This is my Sunday. I'm dedicated to you guys, and I hope you appreciate it. So look up for your monthlies soon. And lastly, the August special is relationship spread, so check it out. It's still on $50 if you want to find out what's going on. This is a quick and easy way to find out. Thank you. Hi Sagis, welcome to your bi-weekly. So let's see what is in the store for you. And if you hear me coughing or sneezing, forgive me. I woke up today with looks like some kind of head cold or something, so but I should be okay. Otherwise I wouldn't read, because I always like my energy to be very high when I do. Okay, so Sagis, August 1st to August 15. What is in the store for my friends Sagis? Sagis, August 1st to August 15th. Sagis, August 1st. Whoa, you have some messages here. Wow, 2 aces, guys. What's going on, guys? A new party in town. Really 2 good aces too. So cutting through some kind of stuff, maybe leaving some stuff behind. It's like just like de-weeding the house when I see this Ace of Swords. That's one of my 4 karma cards. So something is happening, you guys are shifting, and this is a new growth. As you can see, it's kind of like the timing for something is really right. So let's see. Now I'm excited. Sagis, 1st to the 15th of August. Sagis, 1st to the 15th of August. It's always fun when you kind of like have the readings and then you see something really big happening. So also, guys, check your ascendant, check your moon and Mars signs. And moon is basically talking to you about your emotions. Venus is saying basically it's not that important really for you to check your Venus sign. It's maybe good for the other people. You have to check Venus sign of your love interest, because that's pretty much what they feel and what their love language is. Mars sign is like what you send off, like your serious relationship vibes and what they have as their vibes, right? So Mars is really important to check, because that can be a huge discrepancy. You can say, well, you know, I'm dating a Sagittarius, and you know, they're supposed to be freedom loving and fun and everything, and yet their Mars sign is Capricorn. They want somebody actually boring, somebody who's going to work and all life is going to be money, very much unlike Sagittarius. So that's kind of like really important to check. Also, if you have it in yourself, this kind of discrepancy, that's probably what it is. Sagittarius, August 1st to August 15th. All right, Sagis, let go of control issues and allow the situation to unfold naturally. And I don't think you're going to have much trouble with those 2 aces. And there you go, you have the Fire. You did spend some time thinking, you spent some time being kind of like on your own, figuring out things that need to be figured out, kind of like in search of wisdom, in search of the core of the problem. Now you have 2 of Wands. Look, like, I mean, the kitty is looking in a distance. So what is in a distance for you guys? It's almost like cleaning the house, or no, it's better yet moving to a new house. everything is empty. You don't have all the clutter. You don't have the accumulation of the small things, and the small things are actually the ones that are creating clutter. I always tend to buy bigger things, bigger, like, I mean, plant, etc., because it less gives that vibes of annoyance, right? So you guys are actually here almost like moving into something new. It's a fresh space. So how are you going to organize? What are you guys going to bring into this space? Do you really want it clean? Do you really want new and fresh? Or you're going to clutter it up with a whole bunch of issues, because control is a clutter, right? So let's see. Love yourself first. Yeah, that kind of like means claim something your own, right? Make the effort. Well, that's kind of important after that hermit stage. Romantic feelings. It is safe for you to love. Pay attention to the red flags. Reconciliation. Trust. Chemistry. Release your ex. What's going on here? And get to know each other. Do we again have multiple people here involved? We'll find out, right? So very confusing. There is a second karma card. Three major arcanas, guys. So important period. Lunar eclipse is going to affect you, but in a good way, really in a good way. Okay, so what happened here in the past? It was some kind of breakup. It was it's safe for you to love. Open your heart and give and receive the highest energy of all. Or maybe after the breakup, learning how to move forward with life, maybe how to operate in the relationships, maybe, you know, to be in a relationship. And you have been at some kind of crossroads. Yeah, you know, it was this breakup. I don't know like why I kind of like felt it compelled to say before even seeing it. So it could be some kind of embarrassment or some kind of embarrassing situation. Maybe this means leaving a steady relationship or not feeling comfort in this relationship. And this crossroads could actually mean to break up, because here is like where I see the breakup as the overall feeling, and that's why I'm saying it's so confusing, because then I have reconciliation. It's kind of back and forth. It's kind of normal, you know, when we are breaking up with someone, you get this on and off kind of like symptom, right? You kind of like get together with them, then you break up with them, then you get back together. And each and every time that tear, you know, like when you have like your, I don't know if you guys here in North America don't wear them as much, pantyhose, when there is a small run, if it doesn't stop and you kind of continue, just gets a bigger and bigger tear. In the end, you have to throw it away. So the only way to do it is like to stop that small run, right? And that is like with really talking. This is about feeling safe in a relationship. What's the point in being in a relationship if you don't feel safe? It is just really no point. And this something happened. Your feelings are real and worth exploring, but there was a block. Queen of Swords. It was something so abrupt. It was something that you kind of didn't expect. Somebody cut you off in pieces, and it could have been actually mutual. It was like the fur flying kind of moment. And I think really you couldn't recognize in the situation either you or the other person. Yeah. For some of you, it was a divorce. For some of you, you wanted to have rules that are kind of like do as I say, but not do as I do. You were saying that you're going to do one thing, but you did another, and then it exploded in your face. The other person didn't come along with that. You probably, for some reason, didn't even understand that what you were doing. and things kind of like ended up in that breakup because of this, even though it looks like, well, you see, this is it. It could be the end of the marriage when the Hierophant comes out. And it's almost like some kind of like formal agreement that came to an end. But it started something fresh. So I don't know if you went ahead with a new partner or you simply went ahead on your own. Because Fool, this is kind of like very religious factors, very kind of societal norms. Yes, sir, right? That's kind of like this blind obedience without, you know, really thinking, without saying this is wrong, right? And you kind of like realize this is kind of crazy. You kind of like cannot be obedient to something that doesn't serve. And you have to be, you live honesty. Honesty is only one. And if somebody else tells you something that kind of like disagrees with us, you have to move on. And you did. Fool card is kind of a new beginning. It's kind of a new fresh start. It is like that house that is completely empty, right? So look, no worries in the world. Like, look at the butterfly, that lightness, that freeness. And even if you jump off the cliff, it's like absolutely the feeling that you're invincible. Everything can happen. It's just beautiful. Jump, right? And there was some kind of sneaky behavior. It could be you. It could be somebody else. It could be both. It says your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So you were, I think, maybe even doing a little bit too much of it when these two are coming together. Maybe you were neglecting the needs of others, or others were taking away from you every little bit. They took you down like basically the rose path. And somebody was juggling two people. Somebody was really emotional. Again, this can be seen in a few different ways, Sagis. One, that you were taking away something, that maybe you were a cheater and you created a horrible, depths. You hollowed out basically somebody's heart, whether you realize that or not. And that could be this divorce that is happening. For you is a new beginning. For them it's a complete disaster. And it can be seen that somebody was sneaky toward you and kind of like left you kind of like figuring out how to go about your life, and rendered you completely emotional and unable to really kind of like find your ground. So what is crossing is make the effort. So saying, look, yes, you have to kind of like revisit who you are. Love yourself first doesn't mean narcissistic love. It doesn't mean sitting in front of the mirror, combing your hair and putting a fake eyelashes. No, love yourself first means that if somebody else wants you to do something that is violating your own principles, remember you have the Hierophant here reversed, that you don't do things that are not right. So it is kind of like recognizing something that is like real and going for the real principles. If somebody is not there for you truly, like, move on. It's going to hurt for a while, but it's going to get better. And this is why this is saying make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. And the High Priestess, why did I say princess? High Princess, who is the princess here? Like, if I have a Freudian slip, probably is done for a reason. So the High Priestess is talking about numerous things. It talks about creativity, talks about emotion, but it also talks about secrets, something that is, again, going back to that sneaky behavior. This also can include children. So see, Six of Pentacles could mean taking advantage of something or someone. It is like, definitely could be the third person, but it could also mean that give and take kind of like doesn't currently flow in your life. So this goes back to love yourself first. Make sure that you're a giver. It's actually much easier to give. And if we give, then actually we start to resent it. And then we kind of like become this unmovable force. So something is going to surprise you. 9 of Wands. is like when something jumps at you. See, like here it is the little mice. They're like kind of taking their little cheese and whatever they can take, and then the cat wakes up. That's kind of surprise that you can kind of encounter in these 2 weeks. So now this is kind of interesting because check it out. This is the end. This is the beginning. So you are hoping for the beginning, but you are not ending something that has to end. And this new beginning cannot start before this ends. So what are the red flags? The signs are cautioning you. I think what you're being cautioned here, that you have to finish something. If you want to start something, that's what's going to surprise you, because it's not going to go there. This is kind of like getting out of the cold. And are you trying to be a husband or a wife? King of Pentacles and the Pentacles. It is talking about some kind of domestic issues. It's talking about some values, in family values. And I keep seeing that with you, Sagittarius. You kind of like, you want things, you want your cake and you want to eat it too. And this is asking you to make up your mind. Kind of like, look, you just cannot have both. So do you want to continue in the old traditional way? And like, right, you're controlling it. It's just impossible. Do you want to continue this way, or do you want to continue in this way? Because this river goes to the left, this river goes to the right. You simply, if you stay with one foot, another one in the other one, it's going to split you apart. And love yourself first is acknowledging what is that you really need. It looks like you're going back to the old partner. Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. If you were married with someone and that kind of like fell apart, it looks like you're going to renew that because of the children. So that's why you had the High Priestess over here, which kind of talks about the child, and you still want to make an effort because of it. But you see, that making an effort, it's making you horrified of who you are. You are understanding that this is not going to bring you happiness, stability. This is again the control, or you're again going to fall into this hole. It has to be this way. And this is something, Sagittarius, that I see in you, and I'm really sorry to say this, but this is like a manipulative part that you have, and nobody's sold on it. So let's talk about it. You know, trying to convince somebody, you guys are really gifted verbally, because it's always actually the opposite. Your opposite sign is Gemini, and Geminis are communicator, but they're learning to be communicator in this life. You guys conquer this, right? So for example, Aquarians are supposed to be humanitarians, but opposite is a Leo, so generally they kind of like come across as pompous, right? BSers. So for you, you really know how to use words. You really think that ability to communicate, ability to be eloquent is kind of getting you further. And you do find people who you actually manage to convince into this, even though you're not convincing yourself. When you don't convince yourself, when you know that you're just manipulating somebody with words because you're just trying to control the situation, you generate really bad karma. This is why you have the karma cards coming up here, guys, because when the Magician comes reversed, you have a 10 and then you have 1 but 1 is reversed. This is not going to work out. This is going to continue creating pain, because people, even if they buy the story, they don't buy the emotion, and they will retaliate. And if you're doing this for the sake of family, if you're doing this for the sake of children, why to do that? I mean, you can stay in a marriage because of it, but discuss this, that this is just a marriage that is like, I don't even know if it works for the children. Honestly, I've never seen it working out. And so many people sacrifice themselves, so they say, but truly it's not a sacrifice. It is only self-absorption, where you just kind of like want to get wherever you want to get that cake and eat it too. So you say, well, we are not really married, and you kind of like go around and like you create unbelievable amount of turmoil for everyone, for your spouse, for your children, for anybody new you're involved with. And you are that used car salesman. You're the one kind of speaking with both sides of your mouth. Sagis, just drop it. Drop it. Happiness is in the store for you, but you really have to kind of like figure out your path. You see, you have to trust yourself. Usually when people do that, when people need to control, it is a lack of trust in the process. And it says the situation is now calling you to have faith. There is karma involved. And this is you guys, Sagis, have this luck building in your karma. That's you. You know, if you don't trust, you guys are going to set so many things in motion that are not going to work out. Temperance upright is like literally things click. So here, they're not clicking. So you have to keep, oh, whoa. You see, you are going to get the harsh end. Oh my gosh, that's a second karma card, and it's like coming here. So you got the Ace of Swords, third, really karmic period. So something happened that you feel you got it in an unjust way. But guys, you don't have to tell me this, but tell it yourself. What have you done? Have you deserved this? Because we all want to get away with things because we all are the smartest, right? But if everybody feels and thinks the same way, what's the result? Karma kind of like sees it from the above, and they don't look into how you sold it to the other people. They actually kind of really look into what are you really doing. So this is asking you if you really want to be a better human being. This is trust not toward the others. This is trusting yourself. This is your card, guys. And you're controlling it. It's so clear right now because you're not trusting yourself. You're not trusting in the process of life. You're not trusting you deserve love. And as long as you just like don't let go. This is like simply going from this to this, right? Kind of like release. Because like it was somebody, chemistry. There is a strong magnetic attraction here, but you did let it go. It maybe was too much burden for you, couldn't handle it, or you felt you couldn't build it. And you're not able to recover. You're not able to recover, but you were controlling that issue. You were the one controlling it, and you are the one who caused the breakup. So do not cry over spilled milk, guys. Release that person. If you're going back to your partner, yep, it's obviously not love there, guys. I can see that. It's just like not working out. You are doing it for traditional purposes, but if you do it, then you have to make up which ex is that you're releasing. Is it like your old partner and clearing that energy, right? This is exactly that new house, new fresh smell, etc. And moving forward slowly but surely. This is a test. Wow. Knight of Chalices reverse. It's a jealousy, it's a manipulation. And that kind of like always this card connects with you, Sagittarius, kind of like new goals. I think again, this tells me you want your cake, you want to eat it too. You want to move forward, but you're making the other person jealous. You know, I have a feeling that you're probably being asked a question, are you having something with him or her? And you're sassy about that instead of like just being candid. And guys, as long as you have it, you're responsible for your own outcome. And this is literally telling me this. It's telling me that you have to drop your walls. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. And this is asking you to reveal yourself. This is the control. You're not able to. Why are you feeling unlovable, Sagittarius? Why? You're actually a very lovable sign until you become sneaky, until you start to control. Then you get isolated. Can't you see like you are your own worst enemy? There you go. You keep coming back. You're like reliving the pain that is not supposed to be relived. This almost looks like a masochism to me, guys. You want to live in the past of something. So this is it. Like, I mean, if something is hurting you, okay, human race 101. Pain or pleasure, two opposite sides, right? Fight or flight, two opposite sides, right? Like fight, anger, flight, retrieval, right? Sucking it up. So there are like those four edges. You are not in the center. You're always like right now going around this, right? So if you want to be loved, you literally have to go in the balance of these things, because the moment when you polarize, the other person polarizes as well. It's just like a rubber band, right? The more you push it outside, the more it's going to go further away, and then it's going to just simply kind of explode or break. So this period is literally asking you, let's go back to this, to let go of control issues and allow this situation to unfold naturally. If you feel pain in the situation with the steady mate, this is clearly telling me you are not going to be happy by going back to this relationship, and you know it. You absolutely know it. And if you want to continue, you please do it at your own peril, because there is somebody else who think that you kind of gambled out the opportunity because you told yourself for honorable reasons. Well, I really don't think you were honorable. I'm really sorry. Generally, I kind of like to kind of be kind of more gentle, but it is time to wake you up, Sagittarius. This is like so clear to me. You keep going back, but you keep harming this person. So for this person, it would be the best to kind of run, because right now you have to train yourself to be a better person and to be a better partner. And you're welcome to give me hate mail, but you're also welcome, you know, to be a higher end person and just say, well, yeah, sure, I can kind of refine these things about me, and I will do that. And maybe some of you didn't even see that. You maybe were just going kind of like day-to-day thing, not kind of seeing how this is creating a bigger pattern that other people realize. So Sagittarius, it's going to be tough lunar eclipse. So talk to you in 2 weeks. I love you anyway.